Everybody that gets into sales gets into it for one reason. They want to make a lot of money. That's it. That's why they get into it. Now, the reason why people stay, that might change over time, but you have to understand if you want to make a lot of money in sales, you're realistically going to have to go through 4 different breakthroughs to become a top earner. And some of the stuff is super easy. Anybody can literally do it. And some of it will only happen if you're you're the kind of person that just does not give up. If you're a persistent bastard who no matter what happens, you're like, I will be successful. These are the 4 ways that you're going to go from level to level in sales. Number 1, the first breakthrough that will make you a better closer, make you more money. You have to know your numbers. Okay, I can't tell you how many salespeople I ask, hey, how many dials did you make yesterday? Oh, I think it was about 70. Okay, was it 73? Or are you guessing? Somebody asks me, how many people did you call? I can tell them specifically how many dials I made. I can tell them how many conversations I had, meaning people I talked to for more than 3 or 4 minutes. I can tell how many people are setting follow-ups. I can tell how many of those people closed. I can tell you how much money I collected. I can tell you how much money I believe I'm going to be able to collect from the follow-up calls. So you have to understand, there are certain things in life in general and in sales that you can control. Knowing your fucking numbers is one of those things. I'm telling you guys, if you don't even know your numbers, how can you expect to get rich in sales? I try not to cuss a lot on YouTube, but this is one of those things that gets me really fired up because the reality is you can control that. Use your brain, pay attention, and stay focused. If all you do as a beginning salesperson is keep track of your numbers, over the next 90 days, you will sell more people than you did the last 90 days. It's a bottom line. This is level 1 of leveling up your sales game. Now, level 2 only comes as a result of repetition. It comes as a result of you taking the time to do call after call after call after call, handling pitch after objection after pitch after objection. The second breakthrough you're going to have in your career as a salesperson that's going to take you to the next level and allow you to make more money, and when I say more money, I mean you're usually going to double your money at this level, is knowing when you're going to lose a deal. And see, what most salespeople fail to do is pay attention to how the prospect is answering their questions. I'll give you an example literally from just yesterday. I was on a call with a client. He's already paid over $100,000 to work with this company. He's already paid, but it's time for him to pay again. And he's in a bad situation. He has to pay. If he doesn't pay, 6 months from now, you mark my words, this guy's going to be in a world of pain. And I tell them, look, man, we've already done this before. This is a critical time for you. If you're not working with us, you're going to run into a lot of problems. You're trying to do too much of this stuff on your own without the experience that we have. Let's just take care of this $100,000 and get you going. I was like, it's not even a big deal. We could take payments. You don't even have to pay the full $100,000 all at once. It's not that big of a deal. We're not greedy like that. We trust you, and you know we're going to deliver anyways because we already made you a bunch of money. And he said, well, I'm not sure. I need to kind of think through this one. I'm paying attention. I can hear in his voice. For whatever reason, even though he's spent $100,000 before, spending $100,000 right now is causing some kind of trauma for him. He's feeling a little bit emotional about it. And he shouldn't feel emotional about it, but he's got lawyers and all these things going on he's dealing with. He's got all this kind of bullshit in the background that's causing him a lot of stress. So I know if I stay with that $100,000 number in his head, he's not going to buy. I could tell. I was like, this guy's getting scared. So I said, look, why don't we just focus on the next 6 months? We don't need to do $100,000. Let's just do 50 for the next 6 months and really hammer in on this, man. You've got a big deal ahead of you. Let's get this thing done. You need to bring our team in. We need to work with you on this. I was like, we can still do payments. Like, I mean, what do you want to do? It's not even that much. Like, we've done more than this before. This is like jumping in the 3-foot section of the pool when you've already jumped in the deep end? It's not that much. What works for you? And he said, well, I could do the 50. Now I know, okay, the deal's not falling apart on me. I figured it out. The magic number is 50. Now, he might not pay all $50,000 right here and now, but the magic number total is 50. Now I just have to figure out what is it that this guy's going to pay if we do a payment plan. And so the biggest jump from 0 to, let's say, about 100 or 150 grand a year to 250 to 350 a year comes from getting super tuned in to when a deal is going to go sideways and being able to recover it quickly. As soon as I heard him kind of hemming and hawing, I immediately shifted gears. I cut the price in half right away. I didn't say, okay, well, just think about it. I was like, no, we're not going to kill this deal right now. Look, man, let's just do half. It's not even that much money for you. This is not a big deal. I mean, you got $55 million in revenue coming in per year. We're talking about 50 grand. What is that? 1%. It's not even that much money. You're a big guy now. You make a lot of money. So you have to be very tuned in to your prospects or your client's emotional state. Are they starting to kind of get anxiety? Are they starting to sound a little bit stressed out? Are they starting to make excuses? People are trying to look for the word track. How do I handle this objection? Hey, man, it's not an objection. It's an excuse because they're emotionally feeling overwhelmed. You got to babysit them a little bit. You got to just be like, hey, man, it's not a big deal. Let's just do half. We don't have to do this whole thing. Let me help you. Let me figure this out with you. Okay, so you got to get really tuned in when it comes to the call and listening to your prospect. You have to be able to spot exactly when the deal starts going sideways, and then from there, pivot them to something that is lower risk for them, typically a lower dollar amount, usually better payment terms, and usually some kind of bonus. If you stack all 4 of those together, you're usually going to be able to close the deal. Now, the third thing, and by the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you like this, by the way, hit the thumbs up. Help me help you, okay? But the third thing you guys have to understand is you got to know when you're going to lose the deal. You also need to know when you've already closed the damn deal. I can't tell you how many times I've listened in on some of our junior salespeople's calls, and the person's already bought in their mind. I can hear it in their voice. They're like, yeah, of course, that sounds great. And the salesperson keeps going. They just keep talking. They're so excited that the person's agreeing with them. They didn't realize the person already said yes. You just got to get the cash. And what ends up happening is if you can't spot when the person has already said yes in their mind, you'll keep talking and you'll either talk them out of the deal, or worse, you won't talk them out of the deal. Something happens, they've got another meeting to go to, something else, and they leave the call, and you're like, man, I felt like I was so close. Yeah, dummy, you'd already closed it. You just didn't get the cash. So these two things work in concert. Knowing when the deal is going to go sideways is important, but also you got to learn to tune in to when you've already closed the deal and it's time to ask them for the money. I will literally stop pitching if I notice somebody's just ready to buy. I'll literally just say, hey, there's a bunch of extra stuff we're going to give you as well. I can text all that over to you. Why don't we just get the initial payment of $5,000 taken care of real quick, and I'll send that to you, and let's get you set up for your onboarding call. And they'll say, oh yeah, okay. Or they'll say, well, what are the bonuses? Oh, well, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. Oh, okay, that sounds good. Cool. Visa or MasterCard. So you have to, both of these kind of breakthroughs, these rules, if you will, they're both the same thing. You will make more money when you get really damn good at paying attention to what your client's emotional state is. Are they anxious and stressed, or are they excited and ready? It's like if you're dating, you're going out, you're meeting girls at the club, You gotta know, is the girl just being nice, but really she's nervous, and if you kiss her, she's gonna say you're harassing her? Or is she nice, and her pupils are dilated, and she's giving you the love eyes because she wants to kiss you? And if you can't do that on a sales call, God help you if you're in a club. You have to get very tuned in with your people. I can't stress this enough, you guys. You want to be a top closer, you want to make a lot of money in sales, you need to know, what are the signs? I'm hearing in their voice, they sound excited. They're agreeing with everything I say. They've already said they want to do it. Okay, collect the cash. You can figure all the rest of the details out later. A lot of salespeople, your guys' biggest problem sometimes is you're making up all these obstacles in your mind that don't exist. Oh, well, we have to get them a contract first. Says who? There's no law that says you have to get a contract before you collect a payment. You could collect a payment first, get them the contract later. Once they're already committed, even better. They already sent the money. Send them the contract afterwards. They can be all excited while they read it because they're doing something. They're taking action. You have to understand, business only happens if people take action. They cannot think about it and get a better result. They cannot talk to their partner and get a better result. They cannot pray to God and get a better result. The only thing that makes business better is doing it. So when you have the sale and the person's ready to buy, stop talking and get the money. You can finish your thoughts and your ideas and your pitch and all that after they've already paid. Who cares? Who cares? Okay? Now, the fourth breakthrough. This is the hardest, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. The majority of salespeople will never have this breakthrough because they're just too damn impatient. The fourth breakthrough comes when you're unconsciously competent. I can tell you guys, one of the strangest things that will ever happen to you is you get so damn good at sales, you don't even realize what you're saying until you've already said it, and they've already said yes and sent the money. It is the strangest situation I've ever personally been in, and I don't think there's any way to get there except literally just repetitions. Just doing a lot of calls, presenting to a lot of different kinds of people with different personalities, handling objections a lot of different ways, showing your product in different ways, pitching different products in different ways. Like, one of the craziest things is when you get really good at sales, you'll notice that you don't have to think anymore to do it. You're just in this weird state that you're like, they say something and you start talking and you don't know what's going to come out next, and it just works. And the only way to do this is literally just selling like a mofo, literally just dialing as hard as you can. And I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. When I was in insurance, this is my first business. I had a farmer's insurance agency. Okay. I didn't know anything about insurance or building a business. I knew one thing. If I picked up the phone and I didn't put it down all day long, I was going to make money. In my first year, I was already making almost $130,000. Keep in mind, I just got my insurance license. I barely know how to use my CRM. I barely know how to even put the policies together. And I'm making more than some of the guys who've been around for 3, 4, 5 years. And the reason is, I knew I make money if the phone is on my ear. If I got that phone on my ear, I'm making money. And I would dial the cheapest damn leads in the world. I was paying 1 penny per lead. So I was dialing sometimes 200 phone numbers a day because nobody would answer the phone. So I just dial and dial and dial. I'd drink some coffee, dial. And I get somebody on the phone. I was like, okay, I've been hammering this thing, man. I better get this deal done. So there's a lot of urgency on me because I was like, I might not get another person all day long. I better give the best damn pitch of my life right now. And so a big part of this, like this last breakthrough, this unconscious competence, a big part of that comes from you being the kind of person that you can put deep urgency into your brain that you have to be the absolute best on every single call you make. There's no other situation where you can become one of the top earners in sales. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen by hope. It's not going to happen. You guys see all these books behind me? None of these books are going to make me money. I having the phone on my ear. That is it. That is the only thing. So if you're the kind of person that you're a persistent bastard, like I said earlier, and you just don't care how many people say no or hang up on you or tell you to go fuck yourself or ask you why you're calling them again, if you just don't care, because you know you're going to get rich because you are going to be the best salesperson who ever lived, you're not going to have any trouble at all getting to that fourth breakthrough years, if not decades or lifetimes before other people. Because most people that go into sales are like, oh, I'm going to get rich because I get to talk to people and I love talking to people. No, you don't get rich talking to people. You get rich listening to people, paying attention to them, tracking your numbers, and consistently trying to be better and better and better across every single new call you make. There is no other way to do this, which is why if you look at industry statistics for salespeople, it's like one of the highest failure rates in any industry whatsoever. It's got the highest turnover, and it's because nobody told you guys this. Nobody told you, hey, you're just going to be ramming your head against the wall all day long. People are going to treat you like crap, and you genuinely want to help them. And if that doesn't bother you at all, you'll have no problem within the next 10 years being one of the top earners as a salesperson. It's literally that easy. You just do the damn work. It's like going in the gym. You just lift a little bit of a heavier weight this week than you did last week, and the next week, and the next week. And after a couple of years, you look up and you're like, I don't know how I'm making all this money. I just never stopped dialing like a madman. So if you guys like this and you found it useful, drop a comment down below. By the way, if you have questions, I answer your guys' questions in the comments. It's not my assistant or anybody else in my company. It's me that's answering those. So drop any questions you guys have. I'll see you on the next video.